All right, what's happening, guys? How you guys doing? I see Albin Plays here. Albin Plays, I have a nice little thing for you. So the other day you asked for this track, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna paste this. Well, I have pasted it already. The track is actually. So let me just do this. Give me a second. So I have another channel, and that music channel thingy you wanted is actually here. This is the track you wanted. Get shareable link. And what I'm gonna do, sdcrypto, not here. Give me a second. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to, because you're here, so I might as well do it for you right now. Let's just go into this channel and oh, here we are, we're live. So what I'm going to do on this actual thing, I'm going to leave a comment for you. Here you go. Right, that's the track, the music you wanted, my brother. So you've got that. Hope this kind of helps you. Other than that, let's go straight back to some of our stuff we're doing today. So is the market over? That's the big question here right now. That's the title, that's the thumbnail. Because obviously a lot of people are super bearish. They've got a feeling that this market's the end. That's it. Crypto's over. The entire game's over. And I've always been very adamant that I'm a crypto bull. I'm a bull. I don't see these little dips to be anything other than a small correction. Why? Because of certain time frames and certain other mathematical equations. Of course, we see a whole bunch of stuff green. We see BTC still sitting at red, USDT still sitting at green, and all of this suggests market is bloody. I see Raymo here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. So that's what we're seeing here. But overall, it's a bull market. It's still a bull market. You know, corrections are healthy. I mean, you can see here everything is pretty much pumping, apart from some of the ones that didn't were pumped yesterday. But everything seems to be super bullish, in my opinion, at least. I mean, yesterday we had this area of 52 here. Let's have a look and see what's happening now. 34, extreme fear, and yet the market is pumping. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So there's so much fear, so many people taking their money out, pulling their money out, trying to short the market because it's all over. That's it. But it was just a normal correction. It's just a normal correction as far as I was concerned. Of course, BTC has come back in, some Ethereum has left. It's all fine. Because what we're going by is what we're seeing on chain. And the on chain matrix has been showing us that BTC has been leaving the exchanges, Ethereum has been leaving the exchanges, and I hope, right, and this is a big fingers crossed. I want to see what happens here. No. Leverage hasn't stopped. So there's extreme fear and extreme greed in the leverage. Seriously. Very bad, very bad, very bad. I see Mr. C here shows me a cow. Bro, that's a cow. That's not a bull. I'm joking. So that's what the market is showing anyway. So obviously, you know, you see this actually went down even below, and I'm going to show you this on the charts, right? But yeah, I mean, look, market's doing a nice little rebound, and I want to show you this rebound, which will make total sense to you. So pretty much everything is green again. I'm not going to bother talking too much about that. What I want to show you is really, really powerful. One is this, is the Grayscale BTC Trust, right? Show you this, all right? Slightly up, not to worry. Two is this leverage ratio, right? So how many people got wiped out? And you can see here, let me just highlight this for you. You can see 130,000 traders got wiped out. 130,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now let's go into the charts and have a look at what really happened today. Okay, so number one, let's go to the total market cap. Let's activate this and show you something. So we're gonna leave the drawings. You can see it bounced exactly here. and I'll activate this to show you that, look, exactly at the bottom of this was the low, but the pattern is this. So we've had this pattern. Of course, remember what I said to you, if we go anywhere below here, this is it. This is the end of the market. And this pattern, I'm going to leave this indicator on. I can show you. It's pretty much on everything, even BTC. I mean, that just, look at this. This is the neckline. We didn't want to go below this neckline. Of course, we fell below this temporary neckline, which is fine. We got rebound. We came straight back up. Can you see this? We went down, came straight back up, currently holding this area here. It is a low. It's a higher low. But if you look at the overall market structure, it's absolutely fine. Because this is how a move happens. If we invalidate this line, then we're in trouble. So for me, it's still not over, right? Still not over. So let's see what it does so far. I'm still going to stay very bullish. You know, for me, the market's not over until it goes below this trend line, right? Until it goes below this trend line. Until it goes below, it doesn't really come to test back this line here, this area here, because there is another test. That's it. Even here, it's not entirely over, but obviously that's a big drop. I mean, you're talking about $39,000, $40,000 from where we were at 67. That's almost like 50% drop. But is it likely? I don't know. It just doesn't. To me, the structure is telling me it's highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Because we've already done this pattern once before. You can see this. Like, look, we went down, up, down, up, down, and now we're supposed to go up again. This 100k is still in play as far as I'm concerned. Let's look at ETH. Look, pretty much the same structure, the same pattern. Do you know what I mean? So again, it was like literally on that trend line. I mean, a trend line is formed over many days, and this thing hits the trend line. You just got to ask yourself, what the hell is going on? My cursor is not showing. Okay, my brother, no worries. Thank you very much for reminding me. Give me a second. So yes, you know, when I start the stream, it opens up with everything. So now you should be able to see my cursor. So what you're seeing here is, look, this trend line here is pretty much where it bounced. Again, the structure, the pattern. So when you look at the pattern and the structure, it makes total sense that you are going to see. I mean, this was a major dip, right? Even this didn't invalidate, and you can see these higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. The structure is intact. Yes, it's a dip, but it's intact. Let's move over to BNB. Okay, well, this is a temporary structure, but if you look carefully, there's a major trend line here, right? So you can see from this area to this area, we have this major trend line here. The structure is intact again. So we're going to have to wait and see what the market does. Obviously, the big boys are going to react differently. I see Ruben, awesome, my brother. Thank you for coming over to the show, bro. So this is what I'm seeing. Look, this same structure over and over again. You know, major dump. You know, a major pump. That's a V-shaped recovery. And then a small dip. It's okay. And the best part is it's holding and respecting those little ranges that we've set up, that previous high. So if you look carefully, it's respecting this particular zone. You see what I mean? So you have this multiple pattern here. You have this other pattern here. It did this, right? Technically, and it came back to support this. So not a bad deal. I'm still observing this. I mean, today it was just awesome how the whole market just jumped. All of a sudden just jumped up. It was super cool to see, you know, especially all the trend lines being held. That's a powerful thing to see, because when you're looking at all of this and you're saying, all right, guys, market's bloody, market's going down, it's going to the hell, what's happening? And then you see this, how every single trend line and every single support resistance zone is being held. So it's not just me talking about it. The big boys are also waiting on these lines to pick up the dips, because that's what I've been doing recently. I'm poor now because I've just been buying the dips, just been, you know, non-stop, kind of doubling, tripling down. Right here, I don't want to show this because there is something else going on here. We invalidated this. That's, pretty simple. There's a fact. We've invalidated it. But we also did one other thing as well. And I want to show you this one other thing. So if I put this here, make this a little bit more accurate. And then if I draw my second line here, what you see is this is a falling wedge. It's a falling wedge. It's actually damn bullish. It's a falling wedge. So a falling wedge, we know, has the capacity to start pumping up. A falling wedge has the capacity to start pumping back up. So is there hope for Cardano? Damn, there is a lot of hope for Cardano. So I'm liking this. I'm absolutely liking this. A falling wedge has a lovely recovery usually. So let's see what it does. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, smash those like buttons, hit that subscribe button, share with one another, share on your Facebook, share on your Twitter, share on wherever you want. Let's grow this community. Join the Discord. We've got a nice little family going there. So yeah, pretty awesome. Shiba. I'm going to go back to the candles. I mentioned to everybody a few days ago as well, I said, guys, the perfect buying zone is usually around that line. Yes, it dipped. Yes, guys, it dipped. It went down. But even then, it bounced exactly here. And if you followed the instruction on the line and you bought, then right now you would have been up 17%. So remember, I told you, Shiba's in a zone where it's doing these little bounces. So it would be a good idea to make a nice little flip. So again, don't fall in love with it. Just make the money and get the hell out. So that's what Shiba did. Of course, talking of e-gold, I told you guys the other day, e-gold is going to pump because of all the staking and the locks that's going on. And it is moving towards this target. At some point, it will stop. Right? So, of course, the pump is there because of all the locks and everything. Remember, the dates for the locks, the APY, all of those, the MEX token. Now that's done, because remember, people enter at the last second. It's a human thing. They always come to the last second because they're not sure. They want to see others do it first. And that's what's happened here. So e-gold is on track. And this should actually create a much more bigger price rally as well. So if majority of the people do lock it down, then now it should become a little bit more scarce. And I believe it was Ruben who says e-gold is his Bitcoin. And I love that analogy. Of course, you should always pick your coin and let it be that one coin that is that Bitcoin that you missed. Because everybody missed Bitcoin. I mean, people come to me and say, should I buy Bitcoin? Yeah, but what are you buying it for? Are you buying it to go to, from nothing to 60K? You know what I mean? Are you buying that Bitcoin when it was $100? You're not. So how far are you really going to go? Even if from here in the next decade, we'll probably do a 5x, maybe a 10x. But there are other new gems. The new Bitcoin, which is your Bitcoin, where you can make 100x, 1000x, a 200x. I mean, a complete degen thing. So that's what it is. You got to really, really understand that there is plenty of stuff out there. Also, I just noticed something. Am I still bullish on Polkadot? Well, we're coming there. We're coming there. Am I still bullish on Polkadot? I don't think it's a question you ask. Albin, I bought Polkadot back in 2018. Okay, I bought Polkadot back in 2018. I think it was 2018 late-ish, somewhere around there. I bought it. I remember it was like just around $1. And I heard about the original Polkadot paper back in 2016. So I read the paper, the Polkadot paper, the parachains and all of that things and how they're going to do this. I waited since 2018. So I waited since 2016 to buy the dot, and then since 2018 to supply the parachains auctions. That's how long I've waited. So it took conviction for me to understand that, okay, that's what DOT's going to do. I like the idea. I think it's an innovative idea. I want to be a part of it. And am I bullish? Yeah. Did I get rewarded for my bullishness? Yeah. Am I going to be rewarded even more? Absolutely. It was all about the parachains. It was all about picking that one gem. And that one gem for me currently is Moonbeam. I want Moonbeam. And I think Moonbeam has the potential to go to $200, $300, $400. I don't know, I'm being hypothetical, but who cares? I'm locked my coins and I'm going to receive that for free. That's what I receive. So similar to all the other staking, it's kind of staking, but of course I'm going to be receiving some staking rewards in Polka, and I'm also getting some Moonbeam. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Am I bullish? I've always been bullish. Am I at a loss? No, I'm up. Huge percentage. Huge percentage. So that's what it is. It's like even eGold. You know, when I saw what eGold is doing, I jumped on it. You see this structure, you jump on it. Am I bullish? Absolutely. Do I think eGold is going to go higher? I've already said it. I think eGold may have the chance to go to $1,000. I'm not so sure about Mexcoin and all sorts of other coins that they're launching. But eGold, yeah, definitely was a gold. And again, a lot of people were doubters, even around here. A lot of people were doubting. I mean, this thing was sitting here, $50, $60, and people didn't really understand. Think about it. It was sitting here, $50, $60 during the last dump. Nobody picked it up. Do you know what I mean? But people understand it now. DOT, yeah. We're sitting at what, 40 something dollars? I'm not fussed. Why? Because from here to here, massive percentage. And this is just the start. But remember, it's not just about holding the DOT. It's also about what I'm going to be receiving for locking my DOT. And that's going to be more valuable. Because some of these coins, like, let's give you a good example. Ethereum, $4,200. That's all Ethereum's worth. But there are coins built on Ethereum which are sitting at $40,000, $50,000. I mean, just get that around your head. It's like there are coins that are more valuable on the native blockchain. You know, Moon River, which is the original foundation coin of Moonbeam, is like $300 right now. That's 10x, almost like 8x more than Polkadot. That's what it is. The ecosystem has more value than the main system, and it will get there, you know. So of course main system needs to be used. It's going to come there. So that's why, yes, I'm super bullish, super bullish. Yes, it broke the trend, it destroyed the trend. Who cares? It doesn't matter, because if I activate this is just a simple correction, a simple pullback back to this level here. What's going to happen after this? We're going to shoot back up again, as long as the market is super solid. Where's the invalidation point? Here. This particular zone here is the invalidation point. If we come to this area, well, we change the trend. But we can still bounce from here. As long as we don't fall below this, it's fine. You know, so let's see. Right, let's move over to other stuff. Mind looking at the metaverse project Artfox and your opinion. All metaverse projects are great, but I'll tell you one thing though. When push comes to shove and when everything grinds down, there will always be that one or two projects that will be the long term idea of metaverse. And I think Facebook should be a clue. Facebook literally changed its name to Meta. That should be a clue. The idea of the metaverse is part of a greater conspiracy. Okay, so here I'm going to give you a conspiracy theory of my own. Okay, so disclaimer, this is just a theory, nothing more. Okay, you know, there's no facts or anything to, you know, prove what I'm about to say is correct, but I'm just going to throw you a hypothetical theory here. Facebook, the largest social media company on the planet, decides to call itself Metaverse, makes a video and sends it over to everybody and says, well, we expect the future to be in the metaverse. We expect people to be able to work anywhere globally inside the metaverse. Makes total sense. The question you have to ask yourself is why? What's the greater plan? What is it that they know that we don't know? You've got almost 8 billion people. Of course, with the pandemic, a whole bunch of family, people dying off. But you've got almost 8 billion people, 7.5 billion just to be safe, people on this planet. People right now, a lot of these guys, majority of these people have physical jobs. So you've got to ask yourself a question, right? Why do we need a metaverse? Who works in the metaverse? Who lives in the metaverse? The player one situation, who does that? Well, the only time you do that is when you don't need physical labor. And as history stands as witness, over time, with the Industrial Revolution and everything, many people lost their jobs because industries are more using technology and everything. And now with softwares and computerized, robotics and everything, advanced robotics, you just need one or two people to maintain them. So they become specialist jobs. And then the rest of it, you don't really need many people. They're even thinking about doing what's known as a universal basic income for people to stay home and get paid because there's not going to be jobs for them. That's what's happening right now. The evolution has already started. So companies like Rfox, Sand, Decentraland, what's the other one? Engine. They're all great. They're creating their own little ecosystem. But there will be a time, and mark my words, save this video, they're all going to be unified. Because everyone's jumping to the decentralized way of doing it, including, I forgot who it was, the Winklevoss brothers. They've invested 100 million or a billion into the metaverse themselves, cash. They want to build the decentralized version of it because Facebook is building a centralized version of it. Guess who's going to win? We all know. Yes, there will always be the dark side and the light side, right? There will always be the centralized version and the decentralized versions. But we all know who's going to win. We all know who's going to win because anywhere the government, the CIA, the FBI, the banks, institutions can go and do it based on the legal, archaic paper system, that's where they're going to go. That's where the value is. Because remember, Decentraland, Sand, we're investing in it with our crypto. We can't buy shares in it. They're not companies out there. Where do the big boys want to go? Where the companies are, where the shares are, where the safety is, where the insurances are. That's where they want to go. So that's what I'm going to say. But of course, I'll drop some Rfox in there for you. I know I kind of spoke too much, but just to kind of give you some perspective, right? There's something bigger at play. All right, something very big at play, and it just doesn't make any sense to me from what I'm seeing. Right, everything I'm seeing so far suggests that something else is at play. Because you have to ask yourself, why do we need, or how are we going to have 7.5 billion people on this planet working in the metaverse, or living in the metaverse? Why and how? Because there are so many complications. It just doesn't solve the problem. It actually causes a problem. So then you've got to ask yourself is, well, what are they trying to resolve? What is the scenario? What is the thing? That's all I'm saying. Rfox looking awesome. If you look at the structure looks good. Of course, it's a fresh company. It's had its pump, it's had its dump, but it's now come back. It's on a reversal trend. It's trending upwards. Absolutely fine. No. Let's have a look at what they're trying to do. Southeast Asia's first blockchain venture builder. The project aims to create innovative and scalable blockchain solutions by building, launching, and scaling high-growth tech companies in Southeast Asia. So basically, Rfox is saying they are a company, a venture capital. It's pretty funny, right? So you're buying Rfox for them to go and invest into stuff, projects and infrastructure or whatever. That just sounds like a venture capital to me. Yeah, that's all it sounds like. Nothing more. 2 billion tokens. Yeah. Not a bad idea for a venture capital. So yeah, I don't see a problem. Look, again, if it's making you money, who cares? That's the whole idea, right? That's the whole strategy. If it's making you money, who cares? You know, that's the whole thing here. So we've got some RFox here on KuCoin. And yeah, you can see the dumps happen. And then we've come back here. And this is a double bottom pattern. It's here right now. It looks like in a nice little consolidation zone. It should start pumping higher. Once it does, we can do a nice little fib on this and just put it around this area here. Just a rough one, guys. And if we just put it here, we can see it has potential to move up as long as the market favors it. I don't see any harm in this. And I think a lot more decentralized organizations, including Paradexes, will have a venture arm very soon. But Paradexes' venture arm is not going to be building infrastructure in the real world. It's going to be more to do with the digital world. But that's something I wasn't going to say, but I am going to mention this today. Yes, Paradex does have plans for the future to actually have a venture arm, which means people can actually digitally invest into the venture capital, which then goes out and acts like an incubator or an investment firm, building more growth back to the token, and probably have a burn mechanism where it destroys the supply in order to make sure it provides the value back to the token holders and increase their portfolio. So it's all about making sure the code works. If the code works, then someone investing, say, $100, and if the company goes out and builds in the digital sphere and makes money, then they should be able to sell the tokens in a decentralized way whenever they want and actually cash out of those profits. So it's a whole different mechanism, but I think it's possible. So definitely going to be looking at that. Where's our eGold, local eGold? He's hiding. He's here. He's somewhere. I'm sure he's probably working or something. Hey SD family, Yam VR Fox, what's up K? Yeah, okay. So that's what I believe with RFox and everything. And it doesn't matter, the whole decentralized world, okay? More and more traditional type of technology and infrastructure are going to be digitized. I mean, we've already got companies who you can use to buy and sell properties. You know, you can buy and sell properties with crypto. Of course, there's a lot of, as I said, ancient, archaic paperwork involved. But it's coming to a point, because of all the NFTs and all the decentralized finance applications and all the innovation that's happening in this space. Soon, paper's going to be redundant. And by all means, they should accept that sooner than later, right? Especially the governments of the world, because aren't they trying to save the planet? Well, here you go. We're going to save you paper. By digitizing everything and making sure it's provable on the blockchain, we digitize it for you. And it's provable. Think about it. It's a distributed ledger. Everybody can see that that's the fact. This person owns this piece of work. There's no ifs and buts. Save the planet, by all means. We're all up for it. We're up for it. Naka, yeah, all of them. Listen, every single game coin, metaverse coin right now, as I said, just be cautious because the pumps are immense. There's so many coming, right? It's all great. Yes, you know, these coins are pumping. We're making a shit ton of money. Happy days. But as I said, they are going to all filter into one. They have to. They have to. All right. So very important. Remember this, right? All of these blockchains, all of these metaverse tokens have to connect. You might have your metaverse office in one blockchain, and you might have your, metaverse game world in another crypto, right? It's fine. But there has to be a central gateway where everybody can meet. And I think that's what a lot of the centralized companies are actually looking at. Of course, why not? So we've got Naka, and listen, all of these are just a rebound. Every one of these are doing a rebound based on where we dumped so far. So don't worry too much about it, right? I wouldn't worry too much about it, right? So SCLP, of course, SCLP, why not? Let's have a look at SCLP. What does it do? And I'm going to try and show you this because it's going to be really, really awesome. So we did do SCOP the other day. We've got targets for SCOP. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. All of this, right? We don't need any of this data on this chart except the Fibonacci. There. Right. So we had two Fibonacci's here. Number one target was here. Did we hit that? Yes, we did. So we can take this line off. We hit this target exactly, $5.76. Boom, we done that. What's the next target? Just have a look. Boom. So now we can take this Fibonacci off. We can take this area off. Right, so we know that we've hit our first target. It's coming back for a rebound. Now it's going to go and test that $8.47 level. Once it does that, then what? That's the question, right? Well, it's very simple. If you go to this particular level, if you carry on to the bottom of this particular channel, well, we already have our next target, which is $12. So yes, SCOP is going to pump. It has great potential. It's got a massive marketing team. It's got a huge community behind it, and it's going to pump. It's going to pump. It's definitely going to pump, and this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. So again, guys, of course everybody feels the market is all bloody. Yeah, maybe, you know. And I think I spoke to Mac yesterday on Discord, and he mentioned something about like Bitcoin going to 10k, and me being me, just being a positive guy, I said, Mac, if it goes to 10k, I'll buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin, and if it goes to $1 million, which I want, I will sell it. Either way, I'm still the winner. I'm still a winner. I'm still a bull. I can't be a bull in a bull market buying the dips and trying to short at the same time. I'll be a fucking hypocrite. No way. I choose my side. Choose your pill. Do you want the blue pill or do you want the orange pill? Take your pick. You can't have them both. Oh my. So yeah, I took the orange pill. I took it a long time ago. Long time ago. Block up 20% since yesterday. Told you to buy some block. Told you. Block is block. You buy some block and you just sit on it. Still not, it's not doing super yet. But it's been, look at the structure. It's been doing so far so good. So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Block looks okay. You know? Higher lows, ain't complaining. That's a structure. That's a clear structure here right now. Just forming just right now. So yeah, block's doing awesome. Ain't complaining there. Crow, yes. I mean, look, I was actually on Crow just a little while ago. Love Crow. I bought a whole bunch more of Crow. And you know, I think it's just on a rip. It's just going to carry on. And a lot of people asked me recently. They said, "Why are you so bullish on Crow?" And I've always been bullish on Crow. I don't like the crow.com exchange. I mean, let me just give you an example, guys. I think that would really make sense. So this is crypto.com. Let me refresh, right? So forget the ad. I'm not here to show you the ad, but products, right? So we got crypto.com. I want to go buy, sell, earn, do whatever, right? And if these are, each one of these are tabs, so I want to use the normal crypto.com. Well, guess what? I can only use it here. The fees are so freaking expensive. It's ridiculous. And then I've got to use it on a phone, and I'm thinking, guys, honestly, that's stupid. Right, forget that. Let's do NFT. Well, look what it does, right? It takes me to this whatever area, dress SX or whatever, right? A complete different NFT location. Okay, fine. Let's get out of this as well. This is what I'm saying. It's just so scattered. So scattered. Here, I want a card. Oh no, you can only do it from your, so you got to go to your wherever your app. So it's interconnected, and yet it's so scattered it doesn't make any sense to me. The only place that everything works is the exchange. The only place that you can use everything you want is the exchange, which is fine. The exchange has low fees, and I've never been bearish about it. I always said to people, I said, use the exchange. Don't use this stupid app. Get the hell out of that app. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Do I like Crow the coin? I love it. It makes me money. If it makes me money, Why not? I buy, I sell, it dips, I buy again, and it doesn't matter what price it is. I've been buying and selling Crow since it was like 2-3 pence in UK. I think 5-6 cents. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It doesn't matter what price it is, I'm always making money. But now, since crypto.com has launched their Kronos, so Kronos is their new blockchain, right? Now that they've launched that, I'm super bullish. Why? Kronos is like a duplicate version of Ethereum, of Binance, of KCS, of many other chains. It's an EVM compatible chains. That means anybody who works on Solidity, which is the biggest network out there, we know that, which is Ethereum, has the highest number of developers anywhere in the world. They can now build on this. And that says to me, this has an opportunity for new or old developers to start building on Kronos. Maybe even do some of the same projects. We've got options here for another 1,000 coins to launch. What does it all mean for Crow? A lot. This could be the new BNB. The BNB people missed. That BNB opportunity that you had, that's what it is. Because Ethereum was an opportunity people missed. BNB came along and gave that same opportunity again. Right? Then other chains came in and they did the same thing. And Kronos is doing the same thing as what BNB did, means it's giving you a third bloody chance to do it. A third chance to do it. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. It's up to you. No financial advice here. That's what's happening. Albin Places. I think I made a mistake by buying DOT at 39. I just got excited and bought around its all-time high. Doesn't matter. What's the mistake? Albin, are you going to say the same thing if this goes to $200? It's one. How do you know when the bottom is? How do you know when the top is? How do you know when the bottom is? How do you know the market's not going to rip? How do you know them? This is the thing. You got to have conviction. When you buy, you can't buy. If you're buying for a day, then you should be on it every hour and buying and selling on the hour. That's your day, bro. That 24 hours is your day. You got to buy and sell within that day. But if you're going to be holding for more than a day, then assume you're going to be holding for 6 months. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. Pump and dumps don't happen over many days. If you want to do pump and dumps, you do it on that day. If something's pumping, you jump on it, you dump the damn thing right there and then. Make your money, get the hell out. You can't play every strategy with one single buy. You can't be a hodler. You can't be someone who's a long-term investor. You can't be a believer or someone with conviction, right? You can't do all of those things. You have to know what you're doing. You should have your portfolio split into portions. Here's my liquid asset. Here's my USD asset, for example, to buy the dips or whatever. Here's my staking assets. Here's my all-time locked assets. You should have that. My portfolio, cold storage, 95%. A few percentage here and there, staking, a little bit of reward here and there, right? A few percentage here for my trading portfolio, my cash buy portfolio, and then my liquid asset. That means those assets I have no feelings for, even Bitcoin. I will dump as soon as I see a nice little spike, nice little opportunity for me to take some money. So I have my separate portfolios. I'll buy DOT today. I don't care. I'll buy DOT $100. If that is part of my liquid pump and dump portfolio, I'll do that. But the DOT that I locked is not part of my pump and dump. It's the ones I've been holding since 2018. Think about it. So you got to decide what's it going to be. I bought Solana at what, 100 and something pounds? Why? Because it's part of my pump and dump portfolio. I bought Crow a few days ago. I dumped it. I bought Crow again yesterday when it went to 48 cents. Why? Because I want to play the pump and dump again. Is it part of my holding portfolio? No. My holding portfolio is separate. It's locked into the staking pools. Think about it. You got to make that decision, bro. You got to understand that you don't call it a mistake. You haven't decided what it is. That's what's the mistake. The mistake is that you never decided what are you entering into. What position are you playing into? Is it your holding? Is it your pump and dump? Is it your liquid? Is it what is it? That's the mistake. Go and decide, make your mind up, and have conviction and have discipline to say this. So you bought 2 coins. If you want to have one as a hodling and one as a your pump and dump, you say this is locked, move it away. Move it away. You can't play it with the same coin. You have to have your ideas and your strategies there. I was thinking about that. My friend said it was a bad idea. Well, if your friend says it's a bad idea or your friend says it's a good idea, first of all, you shouldn't be listening to any of your friends, because it's your money, it's your idea. So stop taking other people's ideas and come up with your own ideas. Have your self-confidence and your self-conviction. If you can't trust yourself, how can you trust others? Make that decision yourself. Sit there and say, I'm pressing that button. It's my decision. It's my willpower. I believe. It's I, me, myself. Those are the words you should be using when you're investing money. Not Sham says, not my friend says, not my friend does, not my friend did. No. He did means he's already done it. Your friend done. If your friend jumps off a building, are you going to jump off a building? No. So it's got to be I, me, myself. Do that. You're going to love it. Sold my co. Will that buy back again on the red? We'll wait to buy back again on the red. Why not? SM, absolutely. Nice to see you on the show, my brother. Why not? If it dips, why not? If it doesn't dip, you might have to FOMO back in, but it doesn't matter. As I said, if you're doing a pump and dump, then that's your pump and dump portfolio. You don't mix it with anything else. So if you bought it at a red, trade it. If you bought it for a day, trade it within the day. But make your mind up. DSR, discipline, strategy and risk management. All right? You gotta have discipline. Before you press that button, you gotta decide, what did you buy for? That's your decision. Have your strategy ready. That's your decision. Right? Understand the risks. Am I buying too high? Am I buying too cheap? Am I buying at the best price? Am I gonna hold? That's your risk assessment. That's your decision. Oh man. Yeah, Dot, Crow, doesn't matter. Albin, I understand you're talking about Dot. I understand. I understood the whole thing. But Dot's not the only coin on this planet. Right? Dot's not the only coin on this planet. But I'm just giving you an example. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just giving you an example. Because what you really have to understand is the decisions in your hand. Don't follow the hype. Don't buy it because I said so. I'm not your financial advisor. Right? Don't follow anybody. Don't listen to anyone. You can use people to understand the sentiments and the markets. That's fine. It's a second opinion. It's a greater way of doing a brainstorming or something. It's like, okay, I'm going to see what the market is suggesting. How do people feel about it? You're assessing my views on yourself. You're saying, okay, I assess that's what he says, or that's what this person says. Fine. But what's my decision? That's the key. Himi says, Mana was another great call. Everything's a great call when it's pumping, bro. When it doesn't, I bet you're going to curse the life out of me. It's all right. It's all right. Listen, I've got plenty to give. It's fine. Long live crypto. But yeah, super awesome. And Crow, I do feel Crow has the opportunity to go to at least $1. So personally, I am expecting Crow to go to at least $1. That's just my views, my opinion. As I said, if it doesn't, then I'm sorry, but that's what I feel it has. I mean, even now, based on the fibs, you can see we do have a area here, because we did hit the target, by the way, so I can get rid of this particular line, but we do have a target which is around the 80 cents, probably even more. But yeah, look, market isn't over. That's what I've been saying so far. I could be freaking wrong, right? Market could be all over today, but what I've mentioned to you guys so many times needs to really make some logical sense to you. Yes, market dumped even last night, this freaking thing, right? Let's get rid of this, right? Let's get rid of this as well, right? This damn thing went as low as, right, you can see $2.39 trillion. Hey guys, $2.39 trillion. Do you even understand how dangerous that is from where we were? This dump went all the way down to here. That's a 21% of the global market cap from $3 trillion. It's ridiculous. That's dangerous. Stock markets would be bankrupt by now. It would be plastered all over the news. Oh, we've got the biggest market crash on the planet. Because do you understand how many $billion that was? $636 billion wiped out. Wiped out. Can you imagine this? 600 and something billion. If that happened in the stock markets, bro, it'll be World War 10 right now. Trust me, that's how dangerous this would be. We're in crypto, chilling. It's just a correction. That's it. It's just a correction. Yes, it penetrated the line. Yes, it did so many other things. Yes, all of those are yes. You know, we broke the trend. Yes, we came back. We reversed back. Yes, everything is a yes, as I said, right? But does it mean it's over? Well, no, because remember what I said. The time you find out it's over, when this trend is completely changed up to here, that means it goes to $1.8 trillion. Did you make your decision? Did you take your risk assessment for you to understand if that was the right time or the wrong time? It's always going to be too late. By the time you find out the market's over, it's too late. And this doesn't mean manipulation or anything like that. Doesn't mean anything, guys. Trust me, it doesn't mean anything. Everybody, your whole family, 100 people, for example, 200 people that you know, could all pull out and create a crash in the market. And you could find out, only time you confirm the market's crashed is when it comes back to this. This is decentralized crypto. Who'd you ask? Who'd you go and ask? Is the market up or is the market down? Who's got a crystal ball to tell you that that's what's going to happen? Nobody. We can only go by what we see on the facts, and that's it. By the time we find out, it's too late. So that's why decisions are very important. Risk management is very important. Strategies are very important. You know, once you have all three of those, you know, done, your discipline, your decision, that's the key. The decision. You decided. That's my call. This is one of the reasons why I don't call it predictions. I call it projections. My discipline is to enter and I project for it to go to somewhere. If it takes me freaking 5 years, it takes me 5 years. I don't care. I don't care. All right. I'm taking my profits. Awesome. Himi says, Albin chill, bro. Dot's gonna fly. Probably. Dot is strong. SM says, I think Crow has another bit of pump left. I'm going to do the same as you. As is it very likely to retrace and consolidate? Dot, I don't think so. Sorry, KR, I have to disagree with you. I don't feel Dot's going to retrace or consolidate. Dot has to go up to about $1, possibly even more. Then we might see a retracement. Now, explain why I said this to you. So, this is what's going on. You have to understand it from this point of view. So I'm going to take this line off. You see this area here? This one spike here. Dot's already been to $2. A lot of people didn't know this. Dot has been to $2 already. Number one. Number two, Dot, way back when it launched, it was already 20 cents until it went to the floor. Dot has already spiked once to 34 cents. And then we had the dump, right? Fine. And now Dot's come back bigger, better, and stronger. Bigger, better, and stronger. Dot is targeting $2. And I'm only saying $1. So I've got this feeling, right? And this is just my gut feeling, right? This is not technicals or anything like this, right? If this market continues, Dot is going to shoot for this $2 level. But that's when it's going to get a bounce. I feel that it's going to shoot for this and then find resistance and then come back to find consolidation around this particular area here. So this would be the consolidation area in the future, right? I don't think it's going to retrace now. I know he's talking about Crow. I'm on Crow. Look, just look on the left corner. I'm on Crow. That's what I'm talking about as well. Yeah. You mean Crow, bro? Yeah, bro, Crow, everything. Add a B, add a C, add a D, whatever, bro. Just look on the left corner. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you look here, you'll also know what I'm talking about. And if you look at this area here, also you can see heroes, my friends. Okay, you can also see here. Look at the sentiment for Crow. You can see right now, everyone's bullish. The meter is bullish. So a lot of people didn't know this. Right behind, underneath this price, there's actually a meter that shows you if it's bullish or not. Of course, it's not accurate data. I wouldn't really use that for myself. But this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. You know, and to me, it just makes sense. It's possible, absolutely possible. This can happen. So this is what it is. I know what you mean. Sometimes it's stress to sell and buy back in ETC, especially when you have a main job. Sometimes easier to hodl. Bro, hodlers always win. KR, simple and clear, bro. Hodlers will always win. That's why the largest portfolios, most crypto influencers or cryptocurrency people who are involved heavily, most of their portfolio is hodl portfolio. A lot of people don't understand this. I mean, if you're clued enough, you'd understand. Why do these guys say the largest portfolio is hodl portfolio? We always have a hodl portfolio, and our hodl portfolio is the largest portfolio out of everything. Your leverage trading portfolio is separate to your spot trading portfolio. The spot trading portfolio is what I call my liquid assets. That's my spot trading, and that is quite significant. So if I was to calculate everything, I would say 3 to 4%, you know, possibly even 3 to 5% of it. Yeah, 3 to 4 actually of everything is the liquid. That means spot trading, staking, rewards, earning, whatnot. Those are things I move around. No emotion. And then you have your 1%, which is high risk, high reward. So the risk is 1%, the reward can be a lot more. So that's my leverage trading portfolio where I'm happy to lose 1%. All right. And then obviously we have the hodling portfolio, which doesn't move. It doesn't matter. I'm not risking that. I'm not going to put it on a protocol. I'm not deciding to earn anything from that. Just leave it. So the largest portfolios, most crypto enthusiasts, I think that's the right word, enthusiasts or investors have a hodling portfolio, bro. Everything else is just peanuts. Trust me, it's just peanuts. And every time we take profit or we work towards making money or doing whatever, we always make sure we top up our holding portfolio, right? The holding portfolio is the most important portfolio out of everything, you know? So yeah, I have Crow on my hodling portfolio, but any Crow I'm buying and dumping now is not part of my hodling portfolio. Yeah, makes sense. Anything I buy today or bought yesterday or buy today, whatever, right? Pump and dumps, that's it. Because I've made my mind up which portion of my portfolio is going to be where. So, yeah. And I think that's the track. This is the track Albin was talking about the other day. It's playing right now. Just finished. Yeah, because that's the one I put up. But anyway, guys, I hope this was all informative. I hope you found value. Of course, I know a lot of you guys, when we talked about Red Fox, I threw in some conspiracies in there. But it's not about conspiracy, it's just about thinking. It's like sometimes you just got to think to yourself. It's like, okay, this is what's happening. It's inevitable. It's coming. They already predicting it. They already know there's something about it. I mean, when cryptocurrency hype starts, yeah, it's just a hype. ICO hype, DeFi hype, NFT hype, metaverse hype, fine. But when real companies in real world are jumping onto the hype, there's something bigger at play. That's all I can say. Something very big at play. So yeah, you gotta sometimes put your metal tinfoil hats on. We're all gonna be abducted by aliens. I'm joking. But yeah, beautiful recovery. Yeah, Oh, I mean, weekly we're still down a few percentage. So what, 8% down, 7% down, 5% down. It's okay. It's okay. Weekly we're still down. But Avalanche is pumping 32% up on a weekly. Awesome. 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 Crypto.com weekly up 52%. Yeah, I think it's going to go up more. You know, some of those down. And this is what it is. Forget this pumps. Look at the discounts here. Look at these big discounts. Discounts. To me, this is screaming discounts. Everything is screaming discounts. Discounts. Is that H-bar? Yeah, H-bar is going to have a pump because H-bar, I believe they're doing a little promotion on crypto.com. I don't know what it is, some sort of a supercharger event. And yeah, so a lot of H-bar might see a little bit of a pump up to that point. But 14% discount. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you look at. You look at those totals and you say, well, what's going on right now? Are we actually down or actually up? Yes, it looks great here, but discounts. You know, on a weekly range, you are seeing these big discounts. And of course, talking about weekly, I want to also show you one other thing on the weekly, because I did talk about it the other day briefly, but I don't think I kind of summarized or talked about it in a deeper sense of certain things. So we're going to look at this. Look, we had all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks dump, and then pump, dump, whatever. Here, same again. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit of a dump, and then look, pump. So when we see 1 week like this, does it really bother us? Not entirely. And I'll show you what this yellow line means. Give me a second. Let me just go into this, because this is interesting when you look at what this yellow line is. Look, 20-week moving average. Where are we bouncing? On the 20-week moving average. 20-week moving average. So, is it really bearish? I don't know. KR says, hold on, let me see what's going on. Depends on the coin, maybe. Should I pick something up that is on discount with e-gold profits? What's your recommendations? Ruben. Recommendations is pick your coin and stick to your coin, or find something that you really want. Right? Find something that you really want, but just look at the discount you're getting on a 7-day average. I think that's going to be your best bet. You're looking at a 7-day average and you say, okay, we know we're at the peak of the market. We know we're in the Bitcoin cycle's end. What's the time? Oh shit, I'm running out of time. We know at the peak. We know we're coming to this end of the cycle, right? And hold on, give me a second. Let me get rid of this. Right, we know we're coming to the end of the cycle. We're in the most dangerous location of this cycle. So right now, there's going to be these mega pumps coming in, the parabolic pumps that are going to be coming in. And what should we do? Right? Pick a coin, but make sure to decide whether you're picking it up for the pump or you're picking it up for 1 year, 2 year, 5 year hodl, or you're picking it up to maybe use it as a utility, staking rewards, farming, whatever. Decide and then pick something up. And of course, your best way to do it is remember the discounts. When you look at the discounts, stop looking at the daily, look at your weekly discounts and say, okay, this is how much it's actually down in a week. Is it a good area to buy? And remember what I mentioned the other day. If Bitcoin falls and closes a candle below this, so we still got until Sunday. If this candle closes below, that is bad news. Okay, that becomes bad news. We need to stay above this line, guys. Whatever happens, we don't want to fall below this line. So hodl, but at the same time, don't be too super bullish on anything. Picture FTM with some profit. Exactly. This is how you can increase your portfolio. You know, you can rinse and repeat. So you this is what I've said. If you had, like, say for example, I say this to a lot of people. I say, if you buy crypto for $1,000, just buy one, and that thing then say gives you 20% and you take your initial investment out, well, you've got 20% worth there for free. You take that money and plug it into something else, and now you can actually make a massive portfolio like this. You can have hundreds of coins like this. You know, you buy it on a dip, you sell it on the top, take your initial out, leave that 10%, and you can keep on doing this in circulation and actually have the same initial money remaining in your hand while you're growing your portfolio. And then you have a situation where something like Phantom pops from 2 cents to bloody $2. Boom, you just made it. Right? But to start with, you don't really need much money. Okay? And if you can play this cycle of like, okay, I bought, I'm up 20%, 30%, 100% some cases. I'm going to take my initial and I'm going to buy something else. You still have that money. The other coin is still there. So like myself, I don't focus on the profits. I don't care how high the profits are. I just care about taking my initial out. So if I've made 1,000 into 1,200, I want to take my 1,000 out and go and play something else. That's how I keep it, bro. That's how I keep it. It's real. Ruben says, I want to wait until Eagle dips and buy back. But I don't know if I should save what I sold in euros or buy something that might pump, let's say 10, while Eagle dips again. Exactly. This is why you should also always have some cash as well. Remember earlier on I gave you a breakdown. I said I have my trading portfolio, leverage. I have my spot trading portfolio, which is my liquid assets, and I have my USDT sitting in exchanges as well. So that's a separate portfolio. That USDT doesn't do anything. It just sits there. It sits there to buy the dips or buy opportunities or buy new coins. It just sits there. That's all it does. And I always rebalance that. Okay, so I never top up anything extra. It's the same amount. It's always there to pick up some dips or do whatever as an emergency fund. It's always there. So you gotta always have some money. I would recommend at least 10 to 20% of your portfolio should be in cash, regardless what happens, regardless where the coin is going. Of course, if you see something pumping, jump into it, make a little bit more money and increase that portfolio, no harm. But 10 to 20% of your portfolio should be cash, right? Of your trading portfolio I'm talking about, not your hodling portfolio. Hodling portfolios are different. Whatever, you can have 99% there. That's a different story. Those you're not going to see for the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever. But in your trading portfolio, you must always have at least 20% of everything in cash. Well, 10% at least, I would say 10%. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I need a coffee. It's been awesome, and while we've been sitting here, our BTC's been pumping a little bit back to 28k. Sorry, 58k, 28k. I'm sure you guys want to kill me because I said 28k. People get shocked. What? 28k? We just dumped. This guy's getting excited. Yeah, I'll buy the fucking dip. That's what I'm going to do. But so far, so good. As I said, look, everything looks awesome. I'm not complaining. You know, this is a major dip. It can dip even further. If it does, it does. But no way to find out yet. Now that we've created this candle, it doesn't make any difference. We've got to close this candle and make sure the next one is also a green candle. So that way we can confirm this has become our new base. Okay, so it all depends on where this next this candle closes today. And then, of course, we've got until Sunday for the weekly close, provided we don't go and dump down to this trend line. We're okay, you know, because I'm also looking at the stochastic RSI and the RSI, and they are screaming on a daily. They are literally screaming to me, buy, buy, buy. Perfect buy zone. This whole pattern here is a perfect buy zone. This whole pattern here is an absolute perfect buy zone. Right? Any technical analyst will tell you, any technical indicator will tell you, this is a bullish divergence. Right now, this is showing buy, buy, buy. That's like the perfect entry. You can't ask for this, and they are far off. Trust me, you don't get entries like this that often in the crypto sphere, right? They're very rare. Like here, look, we didn't have it. This did signal, but this didn't, right? The only other time we had that signal was here. Look, perfect signal, right underneath the line, right underneath the line, both of them confirmed. And then when we did that, you can do the maths and you can see, actually, let me do it differently. right? You can do the maths, just this area here, right? It was this area here, and you can do the maths and see how far we pumped since then, right? And that will make total sense. This, whenever we have this situation here, right? Look how high we pumped and how many percentage we pumped. And I'm going to leave you on this one just to kind of think on that one. That was a 70%. When we had the last time we had the RSI come into this perfect zone and do this perfect area. So this candle was the perfect candle. The last time we had that, we did a 70% pump. Because this is like every trader's wish, to have this perfect level here just below this line, and we had that, and then have this blue line confirm. But as long as it's below this, every trader's dream has just come true. Is the market bearish? You decide. Is the bull market over? You decide. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing. Join the Discord, join the family, like, share, subscribe, you know, let's grow. Other than that, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure being here. Thank you very much for everyone for coming to the show, coming to the chats. It always, the engagement really does help. At least I've got something to talk about, and I can't just go on about whatever I want to talk about. But yeah, take a screenshot, because if someone says to you, market looks bearish, show them this screenshot and say, well, does this say it's bearish? And isn't this every trader's dream? Every trader's dream. Spot trader, leverage trader, everybody. Of course, the leverage traders need to stop over leverage, right? 2%, 1%, you know, 2 times, 3 times. Yeah, safe. Up to 10 is fine. Anything above that, ridiculous. Because I've heard people do like 80, 90x. I'm like, guys, you just want to get wrecked. But you know, the guys who do 80, 90x, they literally normally play with a couple of $100s anyway. They want to make a couple of $100 turn into like a couple of $1,000 in a few hours. It's greed. Play it easy, play it slow. Trust me, it's not going to harm you. It's going to make you money. But other than that, as I said, like, share, subscribe, guys. I'm going to be off. Adios, my amigos.